Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Jai Shri Krishna. The explanation of the Shlokas is not a direct translation nor an in-depth analysis. With humility and respect, our attempt is only to simplify and explain the meaning in a conversational language. The objective is also to inspire independent thinking amongst curious knowledge seekers and beginners in India and beyond. Errors in our understanding or pronunciation, if any, are regretted.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha.
I am the source of all creations. Everything comes from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. It is Krishna who is the origin of all creative, material or spiritual energies. As mentioned in the Brahma Samhita, infinite universes, each having Shankar, Brahma and Vishnu, manifest from the pores of Mahavishnu's body when he breathes in and again dissolve into him when he breathes out. I worship Shri Krishna, of whom Mahavishnu is an expansion. Friends, thousands of years ago, it was already known in Bharat that there are innumerable universes and we are just a minuscule part of the cosmos. Yes, in size we are, but we still are powerful and invincible, as we are essentially an Atma, which is a part of the Paramatma, Shri Krishna. And Atma has always been, always will be, as you would have learned in earlier chapters. Knowing this would only bring a feeling of bliss and devotion towards our Creator.
Macchitta madgata prana bodhayantah parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
With their minds fixed on me and their lives surrendered to me, my devotees always remain content in me. They derive delight in enlightening one another about me and in conversing about my glories. Friends, as you might have already experienced, you will never find a devotee of Shri Krishna without a constant smile on his face. There is a feeling of peace and bliss around them that comes from a constant devotion to the higher self, the Paramatma. Bhakti is a combination of Shravan, hearing, Kirtan, chanting or singing, and Smaran, remembrance. The devotees of Shri Krishna derive great pleasure in talking about him. Friends, have you noticed how a mother of a newly born baby only talks about him or her? She is completely absorbed in taking care of the child, and though there is no comparison, you can get the point. The love is eternal, selfless, and brings enormous joy.
Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them Bhakti Yog, or highest intelligence, by which they can come to me. True knowledge of God is not restricted to how intelligent in academic or worldly matters a person is. Even if we think we are very smart, our intellect is still a part of the material Shakti of the divine, or what you call Maya. The concept of Bhagwan is beyond human intellect, as mentioned in the Vedas too. That those who think Bhagwan is beyond the scope of their comprehension truly understand him. So Bhagwan provides the devotees of an extreme, rather transcendental intelligence to know him.
तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्जानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
Out of compassion for them, I, who dwell within their hearts, destroy the darkness born of ignorance with the luminous lamp of knowledge. Krishna says that he who lives in the hearts of true devotees will destroy the darkness of ignorance with the bright light of knowledge. Friends, we do not have to be the master of Vedas to understand our Bhagwan. If we have the right intention and are engaged in selfless bhakti and service, Krishna would help us by revealing the sacred knowledge and brighten our horizon, so we are able to see the truth.
Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime.
Arjun said, "You are the supreme divine personality, the supreme abode, the supreme purifier, the eternal God, the primal being, the unborn, and the greatest." The great sages like Narad, Asit, Deval, and Vyas announced this, and now you are stating it to me yourself. Friends, as you know, when experts or well-respected people testify something, its credibility gets established. So Arjun quotes the great spiritual sages such as Narad, Asit, Deval, and Vyas, who have proclaimed Shri Krishna as the supreme divine personality and the cause of all causes. Friends, please note that in this chapter, Krishna describes himself, rather a glimpse of himself, as there are not sufficient ways in which Krishna can ever be described completely. However, since our series of Bhagwad Gita is restricted to the 108 important shlokas only by Swami Prabhupada of ISKCON, we are not covering everything. But it is highly recommended to go through all other shlokas, especially of this chapter and the next, as they are highly thrilling, mesmerizing, and full of sacred knowledge. In chapter 10 and 11, Bhagwan describes and reveals himself to Arjun by granting him divine vision, a form that is stunning, has no beginning, no end, and captures the entire cosmos and beyond in it. It would take your bhakti and understanding to another level.
Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam Srimad urjitameva va Tattadeva vagachatvam Mama tejonsha sambhavam.
Whatever you see as beautiful, glorious, or powerful, know it manifests from a spark of my magnificence. Krishna says that whenever you see the best in something, know that it has manifested from a bit of Krishna's grace. Bhagwan is the infinite reservoir of beauty, glory, power, knowledge, and opulence. Friends, we know that everything good in this world comes from Krishna. How about everything that is not so good? Like poverty, diseases, evil tendencies in people. Just remember, Krishna is everything, the positive and the negative too. Yes, it's difficult to accept, but the negative springs from beings who are in the clutches of Maya. Yet, Maya is part of Bhagwan too. Think about it and try coming up with your own answer.
Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya aham evam vidhorjuna jatum drashtum cha tattvena pravishtum cha parantapa.
Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into me, O Arjun, the conqueror of enemies. Friends, in this chapter, Krishna has revealed his cosmic form or the Vishwaroop. It is magnificent, but so overwhelming and frightening that no normal human being can tolerate it or witness without special powers and divine vision. However, as mentioned earlier, we shall be covering only the prescribed shlokas where the emphasis is more on bhakti. Again, requesting you to go through the entire chapter separately to learn about how Krishna revealed himself and how Arjun got bewildered and overpowered by Krishna's brilliance. In this particular shloka, Krishna says that only a selfless surrender to the devotion of Bhagwan can one understand him.
Mat karma kinmat paramo mad bhaktah sangavarjitah nirvairah sarva bhuteshu yah sa mameti pandava.
Those who perform all their duties for my sake, who depend upon me and are devoted to me, who are free from attachment and are without malice toward all beings, such devotees certainly come to me. This shloka is simple and self-explanatory. Krishna provides pointers as to how his devotees can attain him. They need to dedicate whatever they do to Krishna. If they do that, it is natural they will abstain from doing anything harmful to others. Krishna's devotees know they are always under his protection. They are non-judgmental and are not jealous or negative towards anyone. As for them, everyone is a part of divinity. Friends, how many people do you know who can be truly called Krishna's Bhakt? It's a rare occurrence, but we can always try to be good and do the right things. Also remember, others include not only humans, but all beings such as the animals of the world who have as much right to live on the earth as we have.
क्लेशोऽधिकातरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भरिवाप्यते.
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of Bhagwan, the road ahead is very difficult. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Friends, the path to realizing Bhagwan is not one. Example, there are those who are extremely curious, learned, spiritual minded, and want to understand the supreme secret of the cosmos through knowledge and meditation are Gyan yogis. There are also who very well accept that it is nearly impossible to comprehend Bhagwan through knowledge, no matter how experienced and intelligent a person could be. They have chosen the path of Bhakti Yog. It is a straight, easier, and humble way to surrender to the greatest divine power of Krishna in a form, the form of a courageous warrior and avatar who came on the planet to set the order right, the adorable, charming, blue-bodied shepherd boy for the people of Vrindavan, the friend and mentor to Arjun, and a lovable, naughty son to Devaki. Friends, our Atma expresses itself through our bodies just the way Bhagwan expressed himself as Ram or Krishna. There is a reason for it. Most of us in our human bodies can never understand the complex philosophy and concept of the Brahma. That is why it is advised to worship Krishna as Sagun, with attributes, or for the sake of simplicity, you can call it physical form. Yet, there is no harm in trying to know the eternal truth through worshipping the Nirgun without physical attributes. Questioning is good, even encouraged in our dharma, but unnecessary skepticism can take you away from the truth. The choice is yours, the path is yours.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Just fix your mind upon me, surrender your intelligence in me, thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. A devotee of Krishna lives in Krishna. It is said there is no difference between the name of Krishna and Krishna himself. So the chanting of his name immerses the devotee into a beautiful, enchanting divine world of eternal bliss. Friends, here's a question again. If devotees of Krishna live in Krishna, where do the non-devotees live? Everything is Krishna, whether the non-devotees believe it or not. Remember, the essence of Krishna is pure love and positivity. That's the nectar the true devotees get as prasad, a transcendental state, even beyond the physical realm. One has to earn it through surrender, practice, and service.
अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो माम् इच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
My dear Arjun, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix or focus your mind upon me without distraction, then follow the principles of Bhakti Yog. In this way, you develop a desire to attain me. Friends, in Kali Yuga, it might not come easy for most of us to focus our mind and sit for long duration in sadhana or meditation. That is why we have temples and organizations like ISKCON that provide an environment and a structure with defined practices and teachings to walk the path of Krishna consciousness through bhajans, kirtans, and chanting of Mahamantras. With practice and time, the devotees develop an honest desire to attain Krishna.
अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि.
If you cannot indulge in the practices of Bhakti Yog, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Here, Krishna is being generous and providing options for the mankind. Friends, as you know, our dharma is highly flexible and accepts every path to enlightenment. Obviously, the first choice is a concentrated focus or meditation upon Krishna without any distractions, but it is very difficult for most. So other option is through bhakti or devotion, through numerous practices such as bhajans and kirtans. But Krishna understands that not all of us are inclined towards the path either, so provides the option through working in Krishna consciousness as a dedication to Him. Whether it is our domestic duties or chores or even professional endeavors, our work should be aimed towards creating a better world. If we are conscious that Krishna is watching, we will make sure that we abstain from hurting anyone, as everyone that exists is divine and a part of Krishna. We can add meaning to our lives by being compassionate, indulging in community service, charity, and creating positivity in whatever little ways we can. All it needs is an honest intention, and we can be assured that Krishna will show us the way. And with this, we have completed most important shlokas from chapter 10, 11, and 12. Jai Shri Krishna. Friends, if you want to supplement your knowledge, please read the Sanskrit non-translatables by Rajiv Malhotra for a thorough coverage of some interesting concepts like the Maya and Atma. You can even go to the Sanskrit channel on YouTube that has the Bhagwad Gita narrated with meanings beautifully. There is no end to it, but motivate yourselves and those around you to understand the philosophy of Gita. It has come from Krishna himself and is an answer to every dilemma we face in life. It would make us humble, stronger, and more responsible for our actions. But most of all, it will make us accept the ultimate and absolute truth, which is Krishna himself. Jai Shri Krishna.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं